vote in the latest election? Voting is not a law, but it is a citizen duty. It's not required of you, but it does help you and your country out if you do. See, if you voted for Hillary Clinton instead of Donald Trump, then you have a reason to complain about who's in office. But if you didn't vote, then in my opinion, what you say doesn't matter because you didn't use your voice during the election. So let's look at some stats and why you should vote. Penn State did a study over how many people voted in the 2016 election. Only 58% of the registered voters voted. That comes out to about 138 million people. While this seems like a lot, there were still 100 million people that could have voted. If everyone had voted, could it have been a different outcome? In fact, it could have. In 2018, Jim Glenn won the House race in Kentucky by 1 vote. Like I said earlier, voting is a way to get your voice heard. If you don't vote, then you won't be heard. People have lost their moms, their dads, their brothers, and their sisters, etc. to keep the right of voting. In the latest estimation from the Department of Defense and Department of Veteran Affairs, there was 1,196,554 wartime military deaths. Democracy is not a spectator sport, so the LWV.org is the League of Women's Voters. Our country is based on equality and giving everyone the right to vote. And if you don't vote, then the person that you don't want to win could win. Parallax.com gives multiple reasons why you should vote, and here's just a few of them. Democracy breaks if no one votes. Voting is also the great equalizer, which means it just means that for the most time, rich has a bigger voice than the poor. But in voting, everyone has an equal amount of say. Elected officials pay more attention to the voters because they got out and got their voice heard. But if you don't vote, then your voice isn't heard. Voting really does matter, even though most people think that it doesn't. James Otis was a lawyer, political activist, and a legislator in Boston. And he was also an early advocate for the Patriot views against British policies, which led it to the American Revolution. He said that taxation without representation is tyranny. In the latest Allen County election, there was only 7,815 people out of the 20,933 people that were eligible to vote. That's only 37% of the eligible voters. There could have been a different outcome if everyone had voted. Now, in order to vote, you have to register. And according to elect.ky.gov, to register, you have to be a 28-day resident of Kentucky, 18 years or older, a U.S. citizen, and you cannot be a convicted felon. Now, to register, you have to fill out a voter registration card. You can do this at your local courthouse, or you can go to govoteky.gov to new or update registration. Once you are registered, you want to go to your polling place. If you don't know where your polling place is, go to the same website and go to voting location and insert the requested info, and you can find out where you need to go. Once you're at your polling place, you're going to have to identify yourself. The easiest way to do this is with a government-issued photo ID, such as your driver's license. Once you're ID'd, you're going to get a ballot that looks like this. This is just a sample ballot, but it looks just like your regular ballot. Once you get that, fill it out and vote. Now, in conclusion, I've given you reasons to vote, such as it's a constitutional right that the military fights and dies for every day. You get your voice heard, preserves the democracy in our country, and it makes a difference. I've also given you the steps to vote, such as, which are just register, go to the polling place, ID yourself, and fill out your ballot. I hope that if you aren't registered, that you go register yourself and start voting now, so that you can start making a difference. Help us honor our founding fathers and get your voice heard. Thank you.